Hello everyone, myself Samip Kumar Gupta, and today I come with some interesting topic, that is the universe. As I define universe as the totality of everything that include all the physical matter like the planet, galaxies, stars, and the contents of the intergalactic space and the energies. Everything in the world you see, it is the part of the universe, whether it is a tiny particle to the gigantic ocean and the galaxies. So in this video I will cover some of the interesting facts of the universe, what are the theories that are related to the universe, and also some of the theories that have been accepted, and why some of the theories are not accepted by the cosmologist. So let's begin. First of all, I want to go beyond from the cosmologistic point of view. I want to go to the Vedic Vigyan. From Vedic Vigyan, according to Vedic Vigyan, they suggest that Vedas suggest that the universe is created by the Lord Vishnu. From the Nabi of the Lord Vishnu, there is the creation of the Lord Brahma, and in Lord Brahma, all the universe is embedded in it. That was the theory proposed by the Vedic Vigyan. And after come to the cosmologist, there are three stories. First one is the Big Bang theory, second one is steady state theory, and third one is the pulsating theories. The odd one are the steady state and the pulsating theories. We don't accept these theories, we only accept the Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory was proposed by the Georges Lemaitre, and according to that theory, what happened, about 13.8 billion year ago, there is one tiny particle that get exploded, and after that, due to the explosion, there is the creations of the galaxies, stars, and the other heavenly bodies, and that we today known as the universe. Before that, we don't have the details of before Big Bang theory. We don't have the details what happened before 13.8 billion year ago, because there is no time, nothing as that much, so we don't have to talk about that. Before that, we don't know what happened actually, but today we widely accept that theory. Big Bang theory is considered as one of the theory for the evolution of the universe. After that, there are many galaxies, and we are the part of the Milky Way's galaxies. Our solar system is the part of the Milky Way galaxy. In Hindi, it is known as the Akashganga, and it contains about three. After that, I come to the theory by the three cosmologists, Ptolemy, Copernicus, and the Kepler. In AD 140, Ptolemy has suggested that Earth was at the center of the universe, and Sun and the other heavenly body revolve around it. And in 1543, the theory is corrected by the Copernicus. According to him, the Sun is at the center of the universe and not the Earth. And after Kepler updated the statement of the Copernicus, that corrected the Copernicus, that Sun is is not at the center of the universe, it is at the center of the solar system, and we accept that theory today. So after I come to the solar system is comprises of the Sun and the 8 planets and other moons and other non-terrestrials, non-stellar objects. Sun, 99% of the solar mass of the solar system is consisted by the Sun. And why the Sun is hot, actually what happened, there is the nuclear reactions inside the Sun. The hydrogen atom get combined to form the helium molecule, helium atoms. That fusion result in the creation of the lots of heats. That heat is within the Sun, that's why it's hot. That's why it's hot. After that, we come to the planets. So Jupiter is one of the biggest planet of the solar system. Smallest one is the Mercury, and one of the biggest satellites is the Ganymede, that was the satellite of the Jupiter. And also we have the 8th planet, but in 1930 Pluto was discovered as a 9th planet, but it doesn't follow some characteristics of the planet. After that, the Pluto come to the dwarf planet. After that, we have the blue planet. Blue planet is north of the Earth, and the smallest satellite is the Deimos. Deimos is one of the satellite of the Mars. Mars has the two satellites, that one is Phobos and the Deimos. After that, we have green planet Uranus. Uranus is known as green planet due to the presence of the methane gas in it. Brightest planet is Venus. Why the Venus is considered as the brightest planet? So first I cover about the albedos. What is albedos? Albedos generally is not, but for your clear understanding, for the white surface it has high albedos, and for the black surface it has low albedos. What albedos is generally the ultraviolet rays that are coming from the sun get absorbed by the surface. If it is absorbed by the surface, it means it contain low albedos, and if it is reflected by the surface, it is high albedos. What happened at the Venus, at the surface of the Venus, when ultraviolet rays from the sun strike the surface of the Venus, it get reflected back or bounce back to the atmosphere of the Venus, and the 70% it leads in the creation of the 70% albedos. That's why the Venus is known as the brightest planets, because due to the presence of the 70% of the albedos. And Venus is also known as the morning star and the evening star, and it is also known as the Earth twin. It is just like the Earth, except the temperature. It is one of the hottest planet of the solar system, because it contains 97% of the CO2, carbon dioxide, which create mainly of the greenhouse effects in the atmosphere. After that, we have the we have the brightest star, that is Sirius, and also known as the dog star. Closest star of our solar system is the Proxima Centauri, and closest planet is Neptune, as it is far from our solar system. Evening star, I told you, Venus, and also morning star is our Venus. Red planet is our Mars. Slowest revolution in the solar system is of Neptune, about 165 year. It is the rotation period of the Neptune, and its slowest revolution. Slowest rotation in solar system is by the Venus. Only satellite with an atmosphere like Earth is Titan.